boxing in Georgia is the fighters have never had an outlet that they can use to be able to progress. I mean, you look back at all these guys from Youngstown, Ohio, like Kelly Pavlik, who when he started his boxing career had 5,000 people pouring into a local Youngstown venue to watch the guy fight. I mean, Georgia's never had that, and the Georgia Boxing Championship is going to give these fighters an outlet to do that. With this series, what we're going to be able to do is decipher who the best fighter is in the state of Georgia. And what that's going to come down to is a ranking system that's been not derived of a rankings board of people that have some kind of financial interest in where this is supposed to all head to, but it's a board of people that basically are in the boxing community. They see these people fight every single time they get in the ring, and they know these fighters better than anybody else, and those are the ones that are going to decide what the ranking system is, and those are the ones that are going to decide if the best is fighting the best or not. And that's a benefit to the people that are coming to watch the show. The talent level that you're going to have in that ring is going to be the best guy versus the best available guy to see who's the best in the state. That best guy in the state is going to be able to develop a background to where he can go fight regionally, nationally, and worldwide to fight for a world title. And we're going to separate the men from the boys. I think one thing that we're going to be able to offer too is a venue in 200 Peachtree's, the former the Macy's building. That venue is gorgeous. I mean, they've done such a beautiful job of renovating it. I mean, it's a classy place, and when you walk in there, you're going to feel like you're in an event that's a special event, something that stands alone, that's not like every other boxing event that you go to. And we're going to develop a fan base around these guys where people follow them, somewhat like it's a branding job where these guys are going to be remembered every time they get in the ring. The next show that you go to, you're going to say, hey, I remember that guy from the last show. When's he fighting again? You want to come and watch that guy fight because in some way, shape, form, or fashion he impressed you or gave you an idea of something that you want to see again. I think a lot of times what happens is these fighters that are local, because Georgia has never had a series like this, the love affair that these people gain with fighters like Mickey Ward and Arturo Gotti and these fighters, there's guys like that in Georgia. We just got to find them, and they're there. Boxing people know who they are. The problem is the fan doesn't, because boxing has done such a poor job of marketing itself in this state. And I think with the right opportunity given to these fighters to excel, they're going to excel. I mean, and they're going to be successful. And I think once they do that, it's going to carry on to major TV events such as ESPN, HBO, and Showtime coming into this state to grab a hold of a guy so the whole country can fall in love with that guy, and those guys can become a hero, and movies can get made about those guys. I mean, it's been 1972 was the last really sellout major fight that was in this city. It was Muhammad Ali versus Jerry Quarry. I mean, you can watch baseball, you can play baseball, you can play football, you can play soccer, but you cannot play boxing. I've seen guys beat within an inch of their life, crawl back up off the canvas and win a fight. I mean, there's no other way to express it. The fan that has the most fun is the guy that's never been to one. I mean, this guy will come to a fight, never seen a boxing match in his entire life, and become completely addicted to going to these things. I mean, once somebody goes, the fan that we call the virgin fan, I mean, that fan is, they're entangled for the rest of their life. Watching it on TV will never be the same. They're always going to want to go watch it live. I mean, it's, whether it's two guys that are making their professional debuts, they've never had a pro fight, they've been fighting in the amateurs forever. The headgear's coming off, the gloves are going down 4 ounces. It's a totally different ball game, and their whole life is going to be the next, 3 minutes with a minute break in between rounds of what's going to happen to them next. Their two fists are going to determine what the outcome of their life is going to be. And when you put that kind of ultimatum in front of a guy, and then the other guy's got the same one, you're going to have fireworks, and somebody's going to get hurt. And I never, ever, ever, ever could really figure out, why these guys would crawl in the ring and do that. Because not everybody's making $2 million when they get in there. They're doing it for the love of the game and to get an opportunity to make that $2 million. Everybody always goes, I'd fight Mike Tyson for $1 million. I bet you would. What about the guy that fought him for $1,000 in his pro debut in Catskill, New York? Nobody talks about that guy. And a lot of these guys on this card are going to be those guys. They're the guys that are going to fight the next De La Hoya, or be the next De La Hoya, or be the next Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you're going to have an opportunity at the Georgia Boxing Championship to see those guys. And not only see them, these are guys that might live down the street from you, that you didn't have any clue were a fighter.
The Georgia Boxing Championship in 2011 is going to be the culmination of a lot of entities coming together. We started a ranking system this year that Georgia desperately needed. It was basically done because we have a lot of quality boxers here in Georgia that need to be recognized, and we're creating a forum for these guys to compete in their own backyard, which is essential for their progress in the sport. We have 5 events scheduled for 2011, and each one is going to build on the next. And we're looking at having the final event in December at the Georgia World Congress Center in a culmination of all of these events throughout the year. Each event will feature the best boxers in Georgia facing up against either Georgia boxers or other regional boxers, and creating the best environment for boxing in Georgia in a Vegas-style atmosphere, an affordable product in your backyard that we guarantee if you come and check out what we're putting together that you'll want to come back and bring friends to in the future.